Let's discuss the 2021 Kia Sorento and its pros and cons. First, of course, the pros, the things that we love the most, the positives of the Kia Sorento. Number one in my book is the standard Kia DriveWise technology. Thank you very much. That comes with auto emergency braking, lane keep assist, lane follow assist, rear occupant alert, driver attention warning, and high beam assist. I am loving it. Thank you for making safety a priority and for making it standard, for not making me go up 2 or 3 levels just to get one or two of these things. I appreciate it. And I think that's the way car companies should be run in the future. Let's make safety number one. You do have two gas engines to choose from on this. There's a hybrid and upcoming plug-in hybrid model coming, I believe. And basically upgrading that 2.5 four-cylinder will gain you, 90 horsepower. So you go from 191 horsepower to 281. With the base engine, you'll get up to 24 miles per gallon city, 29 highway. Upgraded, you'll get 22 city and 29 highway. So you're not losing a huge amount of fuel efficiency. You're not. You get 90 more horsepower and you lose a little bit of city efficiency. But other than that, I mean, I think you got to upgrade to that 2.5. I really do. Also, if you're going hybrid, you'll get 39 city, 35 highway or so they say. You do also have that classic Kia Tiger Nose grille, which integrates so well with the rest of the vehicle. I don't know, I've got a special soft spot for the Tiger Nose. The one that they have on this Sorento looks great, in my opinion. You've got a second row that has convenient one-touch folding system. So you've got easy access to that third row. This is a three-row vehicle, by the way, which can be a plus, right? If they do it right. So if you've got some kiddos that want to get in that back seat, you don't have to, get out of the car, or you can send them out to the car ahead of you, and they can get back there easily because it's really just one touch, and it's in, and it's a quick, easy fold back up, and you don't have to worry about it. Easy access is key with the kids. Um, All-wheel drive models, you also have those available, and they're lifted an inch, which should just be a standard thing. Lift them up. If we're doing all-wheel drive, it's probably for a reason, right? Maybe we live in the snow. Maybe we've got a bit of a rougher drive at some point in our day. So having that lifted provides a little extra sense of security. You know what I mean? Um, Cabin height for the front two rows is more than adequate, in my opinion. So that's great. Behind the front seats, you've got hard plastic for added protection, right? So you're probably going to have kids in that second row back there. And what are they going to do? They're going to ruin your leather seats, right? They're going to ruin your leather seats, putting their feet up all on the back of your seat. And yeah, it's not going to be pretty, especially if, say you're in Minnesota and you've got salt on the ground, and all of a sudden now you got salt being ground into your leather seat. This has plastic covering it. Hard plastic, yes, I know it's not the most beautiful thing in the world, but if you got kids, it's a beautiful thing. It really is. You do have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. This should be standard across every new vehicle, in my opinion, in 2021, and Kia got this right. LED headlights are standard. The exterior of the new Sorento has a bit of less of a soccer dad feel to it. You know what I mean? I say soccer dad because I'm a soccer dad. I get to say that. You know what I mean? It's more has more traditional SUV styling, which is nice. It's a little more aggressive, a little more with the times. I also, speaking of styling, I really like the rear wiper. It's tucked up underneath the rear roof spoiler, and it's so clean and perfect. I don't know why you would do anything else with a rear wiper. I just don't. Air vents are dynamic and flexible, so you've got multiple vents, especially in the front, that you can point them in whichever direction you need to go. They're stacked and they're separate and the same, and they can accomplish your cooling or heating needs without any problems. You do have plenty of charging capabilities for everyone's cell phones. I mean, that's going to happen from here on out, the rest of our lives, right? We're going to have charging ports. We're going to have wireless charging everywhere. It's just what's going to happen. Classic key fob. It's simple. It's sleek. It's easy. I'm not going to get too confused with it, which I find to be a huge pro. You know, sometimes I just don't want to worry about my key fob, right? Trying to figure it out. What does this do? I have no clue. Did I just set off my alarm for no reason? I don't know. Why did that happen? That's not really going to happen with this one. You're gonna know what you're doing. You can focus on the rest of your day, right? Simple. Panoramic sunroof is an option, and it starts with the S trim. So panoramic sunroofs are beautiful. Let's just admit it. If you're gonna get a sunroof, I don't know why you would get anything other than the panoramic. So that's definitely a pro for me. You do. Speaking of ventilation again, I forgot about this. There's ventilation in the second and third row, which is important, especially when you got those whiny kids in the back. They can adjust it, they can point it in whatever direction they need to go, and less fighting that way. And also, if they're too young to be able to do anything like that themselves, you've got the security of knowing that they're not overheating in that back seat, right? You can get some air or ventilation to them as quick as possible. Second row seats also have plenty of recline to them, actually much more than you would expect, which is really interesting. Makes me want to go back there and take a little bit of a nap myself. But that would require I have time to do that. Not happening. So, you speaking of seats, of course, you do have plenty of comfortable driving positions within this Sorento. Front seats are super super comfortable. So, as far as noise, it's just slightly louder. I mean, it's not. It's I've heard so many vehicles that are just so loud on the interior that it's stressful being in there. That's not what you're going to find in the Sorento. It's not overwhelming, and you can also really adjust those noises pretty easily by switching up drive modes, which, great, sign me up. Analog gauge clusters are available in lower trims, and they don't look outdated to me. I like analog gauge clusters. I'm sorry, I do. I'm a bit old school. I know some of you won't, but there's something about it. Just puts a smile on my face seeing a traditional analog. Sign me up. Now, how about some cons? Biggest con, number one, is that the third row is so cramped. It's pretty useless. Let's just say it. It's likely useful only in the most necessary instances, and I don't know. It's got to be kids. I can't imagine being an adult and sitting back there for any amount of time. Truthfully, there are some windows back there, but it still feels super claustrophobic. You also have the flooring back there. Kind of it goes up, so you feel definitely claustrophobic. Your knees are gonna be poking up into your chest, and yeah, not my thing. My biggest con is definitely that third row. I mean, if you're gonna have a third row, make it useful. Otherwise, what's the point? I mean, just get a two row, in my opinion. Um, you might need to do some cost comparisons with the Telluride. While the Telluride looks to be more expensive on paper, there are costs in those upgraded trims that you might want certain features, and which is going to force you to go up in a trim level. And at that point, it's possible that you are spending the same amount that you would on the Sorento for a Telluride. And if you're getting the Sorento because you really like the Telluride, but you think you can't afford it, I think you can. You might be able to. So that's a con for me. The price jump when you go up in trims makes other vehicles from Kia a little more competitive. So blind spot detection is not standard. Let's just give that a boo. A boo! I want blind spot to be standard on every vehicle. It's a safety thing for me, and I've said it time and time again. Just put it on there, everybody. I know you want us to buy another trim level up, but I mean, come on. Or let me pay for it separately. I'm all right with that. I just want to have to go up a trim. Um, Second row captain seats are only available in higher trims, so you're not going to get the captain seats in the base level. You do have limited cargo area behind the third row, so you'll probably always have that third row folded down. Let's be honest. You're probably always going to have that down, unless you've got a big family with a few smaller kids that can sit on their own back. Then you're going to do that. But I mean, the lack of storage in the back the tiny space for the third row for people to sit in. I think you're going to have that third row basically pushed down basically all the time. So really, it's just it's like a two row vehicle in my opinion. Um, I really I really don't like the fake looking wood. I know some people like it. I don't. I guess if I'm gonna have wood, I'm gonna want it to be real wood, and I don't know. It's still I can't get over it. It looks fake. I hate the look of fake wood, and yeah, sign me out. Um, so the gauge cluster screen and the infotainment system on this also they don't integrate into the dash as well as I would like. It's certainly not seamless. You'll have to check it out to see what you think on that. And please, can we get rid of glossy black surfaces? Let's get rid of it. I don't know why this is a thing. I just don't. It looks fake. I don't know. I'd rather have just regular plastic than glossy black surfaces. But again, I'm speaking as a parent, and my kiddos make that dirty. They make it very, very dirty. I don't want to wipe every. I spend my whole day wiping things down. I want to wipe down my car every day too. Um, we also so the MSRP ranging from around 29,000 to 43,000 across all the trims feels like I mentioned before. Feels I mean it's a good value to start with, but it feels slightly overpriced, especially like I mentioned when you're comparing where the Telluride falls, because it falls comparably within that range as well. So seems a little bit overpriced. Um, but hey, maybe with all the demand for the Telluride, you're having a hard time getting your hand on something like that. So I understand. I understand that problem for sure. You do. There's some. If you upgrade to the infotainments in the back, there are some fat bezels on those things, and I know everybody dogs on bezels, but there's a lot of wasted space on those infotainments, and they're bulky. And I think you need to get with the times. Get rid of those bezels, please. The third row seats also greatly reduce the rear visibility. It's hard to see out that rear view mirror. Period. End of conversation. So, which again, that would make blind spot monitoring even more necessary as far as a standard option. Also, um, base level, that engine definitely lacks the get up and go that would make it super fun to drive. So you almost have to upgrade. And even then, I think you could still get a little more kick, a little more punch out of that baby. So yeah, but as far as the Kia Sorento is concerned, really interesting vehicle. Definitely worth looking into. The pros and cons depends upon what you value the most. I think that you really can't go wrong either way. I thank you for checking out this pros and cons of the 2021 Kia Sorento.